Tell me about how you got the idea to write Long Life in the first place.
I was contacted by another lawyer in Boston uh, concerning Ted Williams' desire to be frozen rather than a more conventional way of disposing of his body. There was a thought that there may be litigation here in Arizona because his body had been transported by that time to an organization called Alcor, which is a life extension institute that specializes in cryonic disposal of bodies. I had never heard of cryonics. I'd never heard of Alcor. I had heard of Ted Williams. And I just got interested in the subject. And in preparation for the possibility of being involved in litigation here, I went and visited Alcor, and then became somewhat fascinated with the whole concept of what amounted to eternal life extension.
So how do you turn the idea of that into a courtroom drama? How do you set up that dynamic?
Well, I was trying to think of how this would be a much more interesting courtroom situation than the one that was being contemplated, which was simply a fight between heirs as to whether the body would be frozen or buried. And that didn't seem to me very interesting. I then thought about what would happen if, instead of waiting until he died, in order to avoid decay of the body and promote the possibility of reanimation, of bringing him back at some time in the future, a decision was made to terminate him before he died, what in the novel is called pre-mortem suspension. Would that be murder?